Greetings loyal subscribers and honoured guests. Welcome to a new series on RMGB TV called the Xbox Zone. I'm going to be covering Xbox games both new and old within these episodes, from the original Xbox, the Xbox 360, the Xbox One and eventually the Xbox Series X. I already have multiple episodes in the works taking a look at some classic 360 games, some of which I'm already quite familiar with, and others that I haven't really played for any extended period of time. I also have a few original Xbox games lined up that I'm going to check out. For this first episode though, I'm going to be taking a brief look at a few recent additions to Xbox Game Pass that caught my eye. The first of these is Streets of Rage 4. Finally, a true sequel to the Mega Drive or Genesis series so beloved by many. Lizard Cube, who worked on the stunning HD remake of Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap, have used their talents to bring us a modern scrolling brawler that feels like the old series in many ways, but has lots of little tweaks to the formula. When you first start playing, you have access to 4 different characters, 2 series veterans, Axel and Blaze, and 2 brand new characters, Cherry, the daughter of Adam from the previous entries, and a cybernetically enhanced dude whose name escapes me right now. You and a friend, if you so wish, can take your chosen characters into battle across 12 different stages with diverse settings and frequent traps such as pits to be thrown down, flames or pools of acid. There are 4 different difficulty levels to choose from. I started on normal and even found that to be quite a challenge for a new player. You get 3 lives and should you lose them all then it's game over, no continues. However, if you complete the stage then your lives are fully restocked. You can also earn an additional life by scoring 8,000 points, so you should be picking up as much gold from crates and stuff as you can. Large impressive combo moves will also net you a large number of points. If you do get a game over, then you can choose to restart the level with an assist, 1 extra life, 2 extra lives or 3 extra lives. These come with a steep point penalty though. Why should you care about points? Because as you complete stages, the points you accrue will be added to a tally, and once you hit certain milestones you will unlock new characters. You will also unlock a few characters just by beating certain stages in story mode. Just like the classic brawlers of old, Streets of Rage 4 contains many different types of weapon for you to beat your opponents with. Things like knives, baseball bats, police stun guns and nightsticks. The list is quite extensive. You will be needing them though because the bosses can put up quite a fight in this game. They have very long health bars and can hit like a truck. You do have a special move that you can use at the expense of some of your health, and a super move that you can spend a star to fire off. I've yet to complete Streets of Rage 4 and unlock all of its secrets, but I have been impressed with it so far. Probably the most contentious part of it is the soundtrack. Most of the tunes have not been composed by Yuzo Koshiro, which I know will probably put a lot of people off, but I think the music that is in the game is very good. Another thing about the game is that you can play it with a friend online. Multiplayer always makes games of this type so much better, and we can still play alongside a friend even when we're forced to be apart at the moment. If you have Game Pass already then just give it a try, you have nothing to lose. Next up we have a game called HyperDot, which is a minimalist action puzzle game with an amazing trance soundtrack and extremely addictive gameplay. The basic idea and the controls are very simple. You just control a dot on the screen with the left analog stick. As you progress through the different levels, more and more different types are introduced. Things start with survival levels where you just have to avoid being hit by anything for a set amount of time. Then after a while the game introduces collect levels where you have to pick up a set number of thingies to win. After that comes area where you have to stay within a marked circle in order to fill your progress bar. Then not long after that the game adds in power-ups such as a one-hit shield, a force field that will blast out and destroy blocks around you, and the ability to slow everything down for a few seconds. There are other modifiers that will make your life more complicated as well. Icy stages make your dot slide around, dark stages are pitch black apart from the light emitted by your dot, and so on. Each stage typically lasts less than 30 seconds, so the game is always changing and evolving rapidly. Most importantly for a game of this type, you can restart a failed level instantly. It didn't take long for HyperDot to have its hooks into me, and I found it hard to tear myself away from it. A contributing factor to this was the amazing music. It's really calming and fits the gameplay perfectly. While the graphics are quite simple, they are also quite stylish, with many different colour palettes coming and going. I'm not sure how long the campaign mode will last in HyperDot. I've already completed quite a few of the levels in just a few hours of playing, and there doesn't seem to be many more. But the game does feature a level creator and a multiplayer mode which I'm keen to try out. Sadly, it's local play only, but it does support up to 4 players. HyperDot was a really pleasant surprise for me, and probably something I wouldn't have bought or played if it hadn't been included in Game Pass. It is absolutely fantastic though, so I really recommend that everyone gives it a try. Finally, we have Deliver Us the Moon, which I really wanted to check out after watching the trailer. The graphics looked stunning, the game seemed to have a fantastic atmosphere, and the idea of a mystery to solve sounded intriguing. While all of these things are still true about the game now that I've actually played it for a while, they do come with some caveats. The game does indeed look very nice for the most part, however I found it to be quite glitchy as well, and the frame rate really chugged from time to time. I'm playing on an Xbox One X, so that really shouldn't be the case. Perhaps I should try playing the 1080p 60fps mode instead of the 4K 30fps mode that I was playing it in. Deliver Us the Moon is incredibly atmospheric, especially when you get out into space and are exploring an abandoned space station in zero gravity, but it also feels very empty, quite lethargically paced, and annoying to play. I don't usually play these walking simulators, as they have been labelled, as I find them quite boring, and unfortunately this game is no exception. I actually found myself falling asleep with my pad in my hands at one point, and that's not just because my cat has been keeping me up every night for a week. I'm really not sure I want to continue to play the game after my initial time spent with it, though I would like to get to the actual moon. At the moment I'm still bouncing around that space station. If you've played further than I have, or indeed completed the game, does it get better? Should I persevere with it? That's it for the first episode of the Xbox Zone. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, then please consider subscribing and leaving a like. I'll be along with episode 2 very soon. Thank you.